Hello, Nick. So I'm gonna splice a couple videos together. One, it'll kind of be a look at the layout that we had when we played to I don't know, kind of our ideal layout for playing. A lot of room, being able to spread things out so you don't have a bunch of stuff that you gotta sort through, and then my kind of just going over the different components of it and my thoughts, thinking back to when we played. So enjoy, everybody, and I don't know. Hopefully, maybe this helps somebody that is interested in the game. So thanks. Laters. So I thought I'd kind of show a kind of a look at how we were set up for our weekend of gaming Dungeon Universalis. Or decided, well, I mean, we usually game out in the garage on weekends like this, so we more room and can not annoy the family, with when we yell about our successes and bemoan our failures. But this worked pretty well. I mean, I don't think you need to have all this room to play Dungeon Universalis, but it certainly helps. I feel like I could, myself, if I want to do a solo campaign, I could play it up on my normal table, but I'd have to really have things organized, which I plan to do now since I have had the experience of playing it. And yeah, but I don't know if I'll do solo or not. But so out here in the garage, have the garage light on, and we have a this really super bright thing that we didn't end up using, that would have really lit it all up, but we felt we didn't need it. And plus, if you have that on and you happen to look up by accident, you'll blind yourself. But had the kind of the main table here, where we would lay the maps out as we explored. We did end up using the I can't remember what these things are called. These card holders, I guess, that I learned about on Dungeon Dives. I don't know if it was like an essentials video or Christmas shopping video, but kind of like would have our cards down here with whatever pertinent stuff at the moment, like maybe our weapons that we're currently using, and then just have all of our skills and our other supplies that we have. The Dark Player board right there, tokens handy, and then kind of the smaller cards that are needed, as you play over here. Over here, then we would roll the dice in the dice tower, kind of a general congregation area as we went through some of the adventures, and certain pieces weren't needed anymore, or the different enemies we had fought. Ended up having all the travel event cards kind of laid out here, and then had these nice tables that you can, I mean, that's like their base level, but you can raise them if you want. But it's kind of nice that they slid under there, so we could kind of have our reference material, down there, so we could within easy reach. Got the card box for the cards that we didn't necessarily need out. This is the Dungeon Universalis side, like all the spell cards and some of the things that we didn't need. All the did have all these over on the side table over here that I'll get to, but they ended up kind of being over here a little more in easy reach. And then, well, there was this other kind of side table that I had my laptop on, for using the Dungeon Universalis web app, and had a rule book on there for quick searching, and the BGG page for if there were some questions to try to look up. But event for the first night, for Friday night, but then moved that over on this side, so it was close, because we got through we got through like the outdoor fight, the Save the Merchants, and then we did Rourke's Lair the first night, and then so then the next day, then we moved the laptop here because the next adventure that we did, we didn't know anything about, so it was really nice, exploration we didn't know anything about, and could just use the app to reveal things as we went. Had the main map over here. Have the expansion map, though we didn't get to that. We were mainly over here. We started out in Verneck, did the Save the Merchants, went into Verneck, learned about Rourke's Lair, did some stuff, traveled. I think I visited the governor and learned of an independent quest, did Rourke's Lair, went back into the city, and the city was under siege. So we had to, I guess, sneak into the city and then decide whether we wanted to help defend the city or not. And we defended the city, and the city fell. That was all one of from one of the event cards that we drew. Very unlucky on that. So ended up delaying us as we were kicked out of the city. So like we kind of spent a turn traveling and then went back and got our reward, even though I don't know if that makes sense. If the city was taken over, you'd think it would be under new management, but hey, they should pay us what we're due. And then we left. Well, Rourke's Lair was here. Went back. Finally, we went up. Ended up going to the kingdom of Bibble, or Bible, Bibble, and so our mage could go to the magic school there. And then we went down, and we're ready to hit. Hunting the Beast, I think, is our next mission that we're undertaking. So next time we get together, we'll be able to pick right up into that. So I had some just extra knickknacks over here for marking if we wanted to. The standees, which we had some trouble finding standees for certain of the enemies. So organization is going to be key. Now I need to come up with a method for organizing the standees. Come up with a method of organizing the the interiors, the mat boards. For the mat boards, I've got an idea. Like, I don't know if you know, like there's like they're little boxes that like you can put index cards in, kind of a big equivalent of that. I'm thinking, and maybe I could organize these by their size. Just I have to make sure I get a big enough one. It's like it'd be nice just to have them all in there. The tokens, I don't have an idea for that yet. I still have kind of a pretty crappy organization system for League of Dungeoneers, but I don't know. One thing I don't like. I don't know. Maybe I should do a kind of my thoughts segment at some point. But it's like, here for the bandit faction, which is pretty much the only thing that we're facing in our adventures so far. It tells you like, these are all the number of standees, for medium, and they're small, and I don't know if you can see that focused wise. Man, I have to get out of the shadow. But so these are all the numbers. But then, when you go to a specific bestiary card, it'd be nice if it would say on there like what number they are. So I don't know, maybe that's something I'll add. But I gotta say, these things, like I know these weren't in the first time it was released, and then they came later. These are just a godsend. Like, I would not want to have to be going through the bestiary and constantly going back and forth to who's who and what's what as we play. We would have, if we had a shooter, we had a bandit, and something else. We could have their cards all laid out. We could have their AI cards underneath, and it was very nice and easy. So these things are a godsend. I wouldn't want to play without them. So that was a great innovation for whenever that came along. Like the standees, I know number wise, that number that I showed is supposed to correspond to those numbers on the standees there, but I don't know. It's not, maybe it's just on the counter sheet, getting them off there and coming up with an organization system. Maybe they'll be easier to find. Oh, and look what arrived. Rifle Squad, the British home card. So I'm excited to be getting to that sometime. On vacation now for the week, so hopefully of course, I think some organization in my den and things like that might be more in order than, although I do want to play. Yeah, kind of tried to chronicle our weeks as we went, so we could kind of keep track of things. So here's Nova Storm at the moment. She was able to upgrade twice. Got an extra fortune chip, and then also got, what was it? Just upgraded. Oh, got Combat Master. So that'll be handy. And then Harl over here, who in the last scenario was like was a big death dealer, not necessarily death, but man, was putting a ton of punishment on the enemies, but then also was taking a ton of punishment. But he was able to upgrade once to take his combat skill up to 5, and he's pretty formidable. He was very lucky, as we would travel, if there was a combat school, we would all try to do it. He got 2 XP bonuses from that, and you can only get 3 in a year, so he's 1 away from already being maxed for the year. Nova was able to get 1, so that was cool. I'll show you Nick's characters. So he's got Celion Ash, which I constantly mispronounced and would forget, but he's our elf scout. He was able to upgrade once. Got Hunter, so he's kind of our front guy that detects stuff, and so that'll be huge. And then we've got Nell the Siren, who's our wizard, and she was able to upgrade twice and get a couple extra spells. I don't think I showed her spells previously, but she had Fireball, she had Firewall. I don't think she had that. Yeah, she didn't have that. I think she had Burning Fist and Fire Elemental. This guy was pretty darn handy. He couldn't hardly. He constantly would never hit. But man, he was great to block oncoming enemies. We got I don't know, no, ambushed, no, reinforcements arrived. We were down this hallway, and a wizard appeared and had a whole bunch of people in front of protecting her, and then reinforcements arrived, and the hallway. So we were down this way. We had come from this way. They had appeared in this hallway. So Nell plopped down a Fire Elemental, which pretty much blocked the hallway, and we hoped was going to just pulverize through them, but killed 2 goblins, and that was it. But it's really was important, served its purpose. And then when we went to Bibble, she was able to upgrade and get Flaming Weapon, which will be pretty crazy for damage dealing when she casts that on somebody's weapon. And then camera skills and wound healing, which we're kind of light when when we're in battle and one of our fighters is starting to get hit, and they have low agility, so them being able to disengage is kind of a rarity, and giving up the giving up, if they fail, giving up the ability to attack is really bad. So having her being able to come up and heal us in those situations is pretty awesome. There was one in the final fight we had. We had hunted down a bandit boss. It was an independent quest. So it was kind of like, going after Rourke, but it was, I guess, a different guy. And different map layout. That's the one where we used the app, so we didn't know the layout and stuff, which was really fun. But Harl was down to like he was like 1 hit point left, or 1 vitality left. I gotta get my terms right. And Nova was engaged with another guy, but luckily I can't remember. It was either Celian. I think it was Celian. Celian and Nell had been also teaming up on this other guy, but Celian was able to finish him off, which freed Nova up, and she came over and was able to cast her healing light, or whatever that spell is, on Harl, which really gave him the ability to stay in the fight. Otherwise, we would have had to somehow figure out how to get him out. But that was big. It's like I really wanted to work on their agilities, but all the agilities of people we're fighting, I still wouldn't get them to the point where they would be able to win those ties, because the last fight we had a couple dwarves, which is kind of equivalent, I guess, but the bandit boss, his agility is higher, and then we had these small nimble rat folks. So just something that I was planning to do, but I'm thinking I'm just going to go full combat orientation with them. But I don't know, we'll see. Great fun. Love the travel board part, but I don't know. I think maybe I'll, I just kind of wanted to show kind of the layout of how we had things, and maybe this is overkill. But for us, it made it nice. I wouldn't want to play it with less room than this. I like having the map out, having everything laid out, easy reach. We had it's a little cold here. Well, it's a lot cold here at the moment, and had our heater that really got us pretty toasty. So there you go. Maybe I'll try to jot down some thoughts and stuff, and I'll come back and make this a thoughts video too. So, all right, we'll see what happens. All right, let's kind of give a quick look through of what we're dealing with here. So, got the 1.3 edition. I'm thinking this is means the 3rd time that this has been offered on Kickstarter. So there's the base game. What else was there? There was the Encounters expansion, and then the new Challenges expansion. I kind of have this kind of consolidated into just this box. The base, the basic rulebook. Never looked at it. Not gonna even bother. Went straight into the main rulebook, the big rulebook, whatever you want to call it. Got the quest book 3, campaign book 3. Haven't got into that yet. Same with the quest book 2, and then there's the bestiary 2. Demon Under the Mountain. I probably won't get into that, but that's pretty cool. Crazy Volucris, I know he's been doing that. I've been following along with that. And then special quest book for heroes, for some of the pre-made ones. Kind of special things for them. So kind of, I don't know, I gotta kind of decide. I'm trying to consolidate this down, so I'd hate to throw away these beautiful boxes, but I don't know, we'll have to I got to figure out what I'm going to do with that. So it also came with the tile set 1, tile set 2. So a lot of tiles with that, and then the standees for the Bestiary Box 1 here and Bestiary Box 2, and then some miniatures of certain of the pre-made characters. We just kind of used the ones that fit for the characters that we had. I ended up sleeving all the cards. Have them here taking up their own half. I need to before our next play get some organization in here. You know, get written on these dividers, what's what. But even like this, I mean, this is still usable. When we were playing, we didn't have anything in here. I had 2 of these Hold It card organizers, and we just put in here within easy reach what we needed. Probably the thing that we used most was the common objects, the special objects, and you know, the weapons and armor and stuff like that, along with, you know, character specific things, spells for our magic user, stuff like that. But this thing is getting kind of full, and I still have to add my expansion cards for League of Dungeoneers to this side, so might have to do some reorganization here when the time comes. But yeah, looking good. Here's, let's see, some dividers. Printed this out from Board Game Geek. All the symbology that you'll find in the game. A lot of the markers, man, there's so many for the different conditions and stuff. I think we really only use stunned and wounded. Luckily, we were able to avoid getting poisoned or diseased. The wounded categorization, you know, like for regular characters and creatures, when there's 1 hit point left, you become wounded. I don't know. That's just, I don't know why. I guess I'm just kind of tied in with or thinking of League of Dungeoneers. I think once you get down to half, you're considered, I don't know if that's wounded in that game, and then you like lose one of your actions or something. So kind of hits you sooner. This, when you get down to one vitality left, basically all your attributes are -1. Printed off the quick reference from the back of the rule book, just to kind of have it, the index, which is, it's crazy. I mean, I think every reference of a word is in there, and then kind of the errata for things. So that was handy. The rule book, I kind of started tagging certain sections. I had read through this twice before we played, and that, I mean, I was pretty comfortable and familiar with the rules. Rules questions that did come up, I don't think we really struggled that long, which, I mean, I guess I can complain that the rule book is, you know, there's certain things that, I don't know, some of this stuff, you know, would be handy. And maybe there is on Board Game Geek some like player aids for, you know, when, you know, you encounter creatures with the ADP, and, you know, how you set them up and determine who's what. And then I know when we would encounter the, like the big boss at the end, always kind of had to hunt around, because there were certain things that, you know, when the boss monster comes out, there's certain things that trigger, and they weren't all like in the same section. I mean, this has been over a week now since we played. But I remember there was always like, there was a part in the ADP part when we would place it, and then there was some other place that I had to go to for, I don't know, I can't remember exactly what it was, but I mean, coming, we're entering this from the war game, the Grognards type rule books, what we're used to, where you've got all the 3.1.2.0 exception B, crazy stuff like that. So these aren't to our normal what we're comfortable with normally, but it wasn't bad. I was a little surprised at how easily it actually did go. I mean, I'm sure there's things we missed, but it wasn't bad. I think, and I'm sure we did things wrong, but I mean, having fun, that's, your main thing, I think. The bestiary, didn't really use this a whole lot. The cards are so much easier to use than what this would be. I mean, I can't imagine the people that had to use just this back before they have the bestiary cards, because the bestiary cards just make it so easy. And the wandering creature, and these cards are already on the cards for those special types of creatures. The one thing, the standees, we had such trouble like finding the exact standees, and they give you like, hey, here's these numbers, which are standees for this particular monster group. I don't know if you can see that, right here, and it was just, I don't know, kind of a pain. So that's kind of another point of contention. I need to get those standees organized for our next play. But that's what it is. New challenges. We did use through all the cards in. Used feat points, and the other part that we used was didn't use weather, crafting. I didn't so we did bring that in. I know the first scenario we played was an outside scenario, so we were able to hunt and find a resource. And I think one thing we might have forgotten was when you each champion that you eliminate, you get a random resource, and 2 cards if they're a huge or a leader. So I think we had at least a red level champion, and we also had a leader or 2. So we may need to address that, picking out some, or not picking, but randomly grabbing some resources. So we used that from there. They integrated in real easy, and then the campaign book. We were doing the Return of Rasbal, and we did the Free the Merchants. We did Rorg's Lair, and I can't remember where we were headed next, but we did have. I think we had 2 scenarios that were open to us, and we also had done a. What is special events or special quests that you can unlock in a certain region. We had done one of those. So our characters are coming along good. The beat. So let me get to this. So I bought this. It is I guess a 21 quart container. I was thinking originally just for the tile sets, but I kind of just consolidating everything into it. Kind of. We didn't use. We did use this for keeping track with the ADP and stuff, but we didn't. We didn't use these. I think I showed them in a previous video. These little kind of standee blocks, and our cards could fit in there, and we would kind of have our sheets like in front of us, but then these would kind of be off to the side, and maybe we'd take out our armor and our weapon as we were using them. But that kind of worked well. But there's nothing wrong with these either. I mean, I love when you get these kind of things, but we just didn't use them a lot. Maybe I'll use them at some point in the future. All the little tokens here. You got your fate, you got your damage, your mana, and then to a lesser degree, the rest of things we used. I think that's stunned, no, that's wounded. I think that's stunned, so we used those, and really the rest we didn't. We did use we did the campaign board, which I don't know if I'll be able to really open it here. Yeah, so I don't know what. Seemed like something was caught in there or something. But, we were doing the campaign, traveling around on the map, which I love that aspect of it. And the Dark player never was able to generate one of their tokens on the board. So we're still happy and safe from that. So I've got all the tiles in here. Amazingly, man, it seemed like, when we were playing there was so many, but really when you get them in here and organized, they're not bad. So I think this will help when we play in the future, because we'll be able to find the tiles quicker based on their size, and then being able to, I've got all the differentiators up here, the numbers. There's those. The bestiary cards are just I can't see playing without them. Those are so awesome. Got the dice. Some of the smaller things that were on with the tile set, I put in these little I guess they're gem trays or whatever. So kind of I don't know if I'm thrilled with having my mat boards in here, but I don't think it's bad. I don't think they'll be hurt, but yeah, I think that'll work good. So the standees. Let me, and I'm sure. I think I did see that this was a known thing, but the standees. I went through, and each one of these I numbered so that we could, you can see that numbers. They're like all the different colors I numbered differently, but you put, let's see up here. All right, so you put the standee in there. Oh, sure. Now this is going to make a liar of me. So this one actually seemed. Oh no. Don't know how I had that working, but they weren't. Yeah, see, they don't really. You're trying to move them around, they don't work. What we had to do was I'd take a little piece of index card and kind of tear a piece and slide that in with it, and then they would work fine. But I don't know, it was just a little bit annoying. But it works. I don't know if I'm sure I could find some online, but I like being able to mark them so that we can keep track. This guy's got a long sword and leather armor and such. But that's not horrible, but it was something that kind of was annoying. I wish they had the back. I'm sure that would have required more. I don't know, printing issues or whatever, but it's the same picture front and back, and then I think with where the little info stuff is, that's supposed to be their back. I wish that was their back, but we didn't really have any problems with that either. So just little nitpick stuff. But yeah, I think that's pretty much everything. I really enjoyed playing so we use the online artificial dark player, and that worked great. We knew Rogue's Lair, like we had seen, watching some videos to seeing how other people played it and get familiar with it, and then just having the campaign book. we kind of just followed along with with the online version to just make sure that we were understanding how things were laid out, and it was matching on the online web app. But it worked great. We had played. There was one adventure that we got to go on that we unlocked in one of the regions. I think we had to go hunt down a bandit leader, and that one we played fully within the app. And I think there's only like maybe two things that popped up we were like a little unsure about, but I mean, if we would have stopped and thought about them a little more, probably wouldn't have had any problem. We did, I think, go into here just to double check and stuff. And really, if you want to be able to, get the fullest out of it, wondering like, oh, is there secret doors in this room? That's the way to go. I think it's one thing in the rooms. It's like there's like three kind of icons next to each other, and I think it's the middle one. So like you would do your search, and if you were successful, you'd click that, and then it would, if there was a secret door, it would show you, and if not, then there wouldn't do you anything. But that was cool, and we kind of we actually were in a place that had a secret door, and it kind of would have been obvious if we would have thought about it, because it's like, well, why would this room be here if it didn't have a secret door? But we didn't think to search, and we were kind of getting short on time too. We had defeated the boss, and there was one door in there that then we opened up, and it's like there wasn't anything in there, so we decided, all right, we'll just call it, because the dark player points were kind of, achievement points were kind of starting to approach, and if we kept stalling around trying to figure something out, we would have possibly lost out on achievement points. Even though I think we might have there might have been some trap detection and trap disablement that we missed in doing our points, but regardless, it was a good time. I think we're looking forward to the next play, which might be I don't know, March, April time frame. I don't know. We'll have to see whether we play this again, which I'd be up for, or if we got to do something new. But yeah, so organization I think is a big key, and I think I'm gonna have that. I'm gonna have that handled for the tile stuff, and then I just got to figure out how to organize all these standees into the different factions, and to be able to find them quick. I guess if I could come up with something that would hold them by number in order, that maybe would work. But just got to figure it out. But yeah. And I got to figure out, do I get rid of those beautiful boxes? I don't know. I guess I've got enough other crap I could just put in them that I have laying around. So we'll see how that goes. I guess I'm just to the point now where I'm rambling. Don't know what else to say. So there you go. Laters.